We're very late. Late to the party, kids. So obviously we usually have our unboxings a little earlier. Fate was against us on this one, but we know how to outsmart fate, and we decided we're going to change it up a little for our unboxing extravaganza that we usually have. So instead of the straight up, hey, we're going to unbox Harley Quinn and the Gotham Girls and tell you guys what we get. WKOs are just around the corner, and a lot of them are sealed, and a lot of those ones that are sealed just around the corner are going to be using Harley Quinn and the Gotham Girls. As well, some of you guys are going to be having your sealed primers or your sealed first events this weekend. So why not take a chance? We got 10 packs here. Why not do a couple sealed? So what we're going to do is me and Amber are each going to open 2 sets of sealed packs. Going to give you guys our opinions on what we're going to make. We're going to take the last 2 packs of it. We're going to build by committee and argue with each other a lot. And then we got a special treat for you guys on the Patreon. So if you guys want to check us out at patreon.com/Clix, you get an extra special treat come today, hopefully, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But without further ado, let's start our first 2 packs each. So you're going to see us start to open them. We'll fast forward through us trying to mull around and do things. But in the meantime, enjoy what we can offer you and our thought process on our packs. Are you ready to go, Amber?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. All right. Okay, so Amber, how about you start us off here?
All right. So in my first pack, I ended up getting King Shark, the Big Barda Prime, Harley Quinn Bombshell, Stompa, and Knockout, and just automatically pulled out the King Shark and the Big Barda. Honestly, without even really looking at them. But King Shark was previewed, so we know all about his fantasticness. Just what he can do at even the 50-point line with the Blades exploit weakness. I mean, he's only got the, what am I looking at here? Plasticity. But that's where my other figures come in. Big Barda, you just have the nice, big, beefy bruiser. Like, she's just going to have fun there. She's got Empower, which can help with the other close combat characters. And it affects people within 3 squares of her, which is fantastic. She also has a move and attack with her facing teleport. And then with my other pack, I ended up getting like a Bombshell pack that... no, I got my packs mixed up. Sorry, the pack with Big Barda and King Shark had Mercenary, Stompa, and Joker. The other pack with the Bombshells had Bombshell, Harley, Stompa, and Knockout. I pulled out Catwoman and Stargirl because Harley Quinn was too many points to put in. Catwoman has the front-loaded outwit, which is pretty much all I want her for. She does have super senses, and she can remove her Bombshell tokens, but she's not really going to be attacking to get the Bombshell tokens, and I don't have Zatanna to move the tokens around, so I really just have her for the outwit. Now, Stargirl... pretty fantastic. Her first 2 clicks, like she's earthbound with Perplex, but if she gets off of that, she actually has a stop click to get onto her attack power that's Incapacitate, Range Combat Expert, Telekinesis, and when she uses one of the powers after resolution, roll a d6 and add 1 to the result for each Bombshell token. If the result is 8 or higher, she may choose another listed power and use it as a free this turn, which is just fantastic. She's almost guaranteed to get to that stop click because she only has a 16 defense with toughness on her first click. So, I mean, if she gets attacked, she's getting there. And once she gets there, if she can get TK to start moving everybody else around. Anyways, that's basically where where I went with that, where I was like, okay, I've got my big boofers. Okay, I'm going to do support. Okay. That's my team. Okay.
My big boofers?
My big boofers.
All right. So my first pack came with... first pack was... order of pack doesn't matter. One of my packs had a Joker common, Scarecrow common, the uncommon Poison Ivy, and the uncommon Robin, along with a Granny Goodness. Doesn't seem very synergistic as a pack. A little tough to work with. The Poison Ivy does have Mind Control, which is a really cool power, especially if everybody's pulling better teams than you. But I kind of skipped on her. I almost went with the Scarecrow too, but changed my mind. I don't know if the Smoke Cloud that gives Battle Fury was enough to hold on to. Ultimately, for the most part, the only thing I went with on my team was the Granny Goodness. So I'll explain my team after I explain my second pack, which was the Thrill Killer 62 Batgirl, the Common Batman, figure number 14, along with a Red Tornado Mahunkel with the bucket on her, the pot on her head, the Asylum Doctor, which is just a generic looking Harley Quinn, but I'll explain my choice on that one as well, and then Queen Bee. So my team consists of Queen Bee, Granny Goodness, Red Tornado, and the Asylum Doctor. And the reason for this is Granny Goodness and Queen Bee are both very capable hitters. Granny Goodness doesn't fly. Queen Bee does fly. As well, the Queen Bee can make the bee tokens. Now, that means that I can put Granny Goodness out a little further, put her out further, and use her Mastermind, which is part of her defense power, to pass damage to the bee drones. As well, if defenses are starting to look a little weak, I have the Red Tornado to share her 18 defense. And if defenses are looking high on my opponent's side, I have the Asylum Doctor to drop defenses. Now, on lower end targets or lower value targets as well, I can add the Perplex to some extra outwit. That's high level dreaming, but there's enough figures that are 50 points or less that I can pull that off. As well, she's got Incapacitate. If I remember correctly, Incapacitate has a minimum range. I might be wrong though. That probably doesn't. Actually, now that I think about it, I have to double check that on the. I don't think so. I think it's just mind control and a couple other things. So I'm wrong on that one, but ignore that part. There is a lot of mind control on my team as well. I could have almost gone whole hog on mind control, but that would require my opponents having better teams than me. I don't want to rely on that. But Queen Bee comes with mind control as part of her attack power, which combos with her running shot. She's also got enhancement to go with Granny Goodness at 6 range. Overall, it's a team that's going to surprise people. And that's kind of what I'm going for.
Which is really what you do in Sealed.
Yeah.
You put figures together where you're like, what are you doing, Jason? And it's like, oh, that's what you're doing. It hurts.
Oh, surprise. Why does it hurt so bad? As well, Granny Goodness has leadership that could keep the Queen Bee going, that gets over the fact that she is neither indomitable nor has willpower. So, all in all, I think I got some pretty good beef going on here, and I'm pretty happy with my stuff. So we're going to put these back in the packs, and then we're going to open our next set of packs. Really looking forward to what we see in the next one. This was I would be happy with this and not be too worried going into a WKO Sealed and playing against much higher value figures like.
I will never get lucky enough to have these packs in Sealed.
Yeah, a double rare pack, you get the chance to plan on reality. And that's one of the things I did like about that. Is I got to plan on reality. So, you know what? I think this time we'll actually tell people what we pulled in our stuff, and then we'll go to the build phase of this little exercise.
Okay.
Did we do that last time? I don't remember.
No, we didn't. We just went right into opening.
Cool. Hey, Big Tony in this. Oh my goodness, she is big. So I got Big Tony, Hive Trooper, the Common Batman again. Dr. Harleen Quinzel, and a Giganta. Now, just off the top, I can tell you this pack is going to rely on the next pack. Because I don't even think I have 300 points in this pack.
Alright, I've got Plastique, JSA Wonder Woman, Mad Harriet, something in a bag, Jeanette, and
Shazam.
something in a bag.
Chase Shazam.
Broken Chase Shazam.
We can fix that. That's an easy fix.
That's an easy fix.
Yeah. When it comes off of the base like that, from the base, it's a very simple fix. It's as easy as adding a little bit of a dab of plastic glue to the bottom of it, and getting some repair work. Well, that answers the question about our case, by the way.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
All right. In this one, I've got a Joker, a GCPD officer, the Sinestro Corps Scarecrow, the 70-point The Thrill Killer Batman, and the Catwoman as my rare. I got a little bit of work ahead of me on this set of packs, that's for sure.
I have the Bombshell Wonder Woman, Bud, GCPD Officer, Scarecrow, and a Harley Quinn to go with that, Bud.
You got the Wonder Woman and the Shazam?
Yeah, I can't even put them on a team together.
No.
He's 120 points.
Oh, jeez. And he's 200,
He's
right?
200.
Yeah. All right. So now we go to the build phase and let's see what we can come up with. I think I got my work cut out for me more than you got your work cut out for you. You started last one, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to start this one. All right. So I don't know if you guys caught on, but when I was describing what I have, I don't have it easy. I have Giganta, Dr. Harleen Quinzel, Batman, a Hive Trooper, and Big Tony in one pack. And in the next pack, I have another Batman, the Catwoman, the Joker, and the Fear Itself Scarecrow. Not great. Not great pulls. But let me read Giganta's only 6 of us trait. Stealth, but only if your force has 3 or more characters. Ignores hindering for movement, but only if your force has 5 or more characters. I don't think that's an issue. She's a giant. Modify all combat values by +1, but only if your force has exactly 6 characters. How was I going to get 6 characters on my team, you ask? Well, you see, I had 2 characters that are each worth 15, plus another worth 30, and then I had to make sure I have some mop on. So my goal here is to make use of that trait somehow. So to back up my Giganta, I used the GCPD officer, 30 points. She had an ability, power action, place adjacent up to 2 friendly characters with the police keyword. Yeah, I got 1 character that's going to work on. That's not the important part. Next, I've got a Hive Agent. He's 15 points. He's got Energy Explosion, whatever, Toughness, whatever, for range, but he's got Empower, you see. Giganta is a giant, and is therefore able to carry my Hive Trooper with his Empower. Also, a very capable character, Mr. Big Tony. Now, he's got Perplex, but only when he's adjacent. Only has to use Perplex once. Right? So my goal here is to have Giganta carrying a Hive Trooper with Big Tony in chase. Okay? So the second turn, I dare you to try to run away from my charging Giganta, who now has a second action token. That second action token will give her, and I'm hoping I'm charging with this, with possible 5 charge, with a Hive Trooper in tow. Maybe 4 charge will 5. No, it becomes 6. 6 charge becomes 5. So 5 charge with 2 reach, right? With +1 to my attack, as well as 5 damage. 6 if I'm carrying the Hive Trooper, and Big Tony to perplex something. You see, that's my goal. Now Giganta will not live because she is going to be colossal stamina all day. She's going to use colossal stamina, make attacks, take a click, then she's going to flurry. Right? Now, backing this up, I got 2 men named Batman. Do you know what figures named Batman have?
A lot of powers.
A lot of outwit. A lot of outwit. As well, one of my Batmans is the PD team ability.
Ooh.
I have the GCPD officer with the, with the PD team ability. Both Batmans have a 4 or 5 range. The GCPD officer has an enhancement. The Batmans have 11 or 10 attack, depending on where they are in their dial, mixed up with some outwit. Now, as well, with the Giganta up forward, I could use the Batman in the right positions to use outwit with him as well. That's... At first glance, this was all crap. But when you say it... when you say it... I tell you what, There's some nonsense I can pull. Amber, what did you do with Shazam?
Yeah. So, pretty much we knew right from the get-go I was playing Shazam. There's really no reason not to play him. Honestly, Mystic's Quintessence, opening running shot, 11 attack, 18 defense with invincible, 4 damage. He's got 8 clicks of health. That attack power is Pulse Wave, and when he's using it, it does knockback. Also, opposing characters within 6 squares and lower points can't use probability control. There's a very good chance in this sealed that everybody's going to be lower points than him, so no prob for you. He also has prop himself. He gets at the back end of his dial, though. So yeah, you play him. But then it was, what was I going to do for my other 100 points? And it was actually a big decision for me because other than the Wonder Woman, the Bombshell Wonder Woman with 120 points, everything else was like 50 points or less. Yeah, everything was 50 points or less, so I then realized I had Jeanette and looked at her card. She has opening TK, which Shazam loves. And, but she also has toughness, and she takes a maximum of 1 damage from attacks unless the attack roll is doubles. So she's sticking around for a bit. Also,
clicks, yeah.
her second click is Running Shot Pulse Wave.
So pushed CK and now you're running shot pulse waiver.
Yeah. So I mean that defense power is only on our first 2 clicks, but it'll stick around for at least a little bit. Then I had 50 points to work with, and I could have put in pretty much anything else in my booster. Plastique is 50, Wonder Woman's 40, Mad Harriet's 50, Scarecrow's 50, GCPD Officer is 30. Eventually I ended up settling on, mainly on Bud, who is going to give me, probability control on my opponent's turn. He has at his entire dial for his 3 clicks for 25 points, but he also has Blade's Claws and Super Senses, so there's possibility he's going to stick around for a little bit. The other 20 points I put in here is Harley Quinn, because I needed to put points in.
And Bud needs sidestep.
And Bud could use some sidestep with that Blade's Claws Fangs. Really, she is seriously only on my team to give Bud sidestep. Like, this particular Harley Quinn, this is the Thrill Killer Harley Quinn, she does nothing. Her first 2 clicks has willpower and shape change. Like, that's it. And then her trait is that when when any character is KO'd by an attack after resolutions, remove an action token from her. Why does she have action tokens? She doesn't do anything. I mean, if she gets hit and survives, she's got combat reflexes and blades, but Bud needed sidestep. That's
Bud
why Harley
needed
Quinn's on my team.
Fair enough. All right, so the last little exercise is going to be build by committee. Me and Amber are going to brainchild these last 2 packs together. So chances are, let's see, we pulled, 2 super rares out of our brick already? And a chase?
I have pulled a prime, a chase, and a super rare.
Yep. So, and I've pulled a super rare. So, no, you pulled 2 super rares.
Oh,
King
yeah,
Shark.
and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, King Shark. We've got all of our super rares, so this is going to be a rare pack.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, this is likely to be a rare pack.
This will be the ones where you actually... These are, like, the rare pack ones. These are the ones you want to see building the teams out of.
Oh, we got our work cut out for us. Okay, so the first pack is that 20-point Harley Quinn again. We've got a Catman, a Batgirl. This is the Thrill Killer Batgirl. Scandal Savage, and Dr. Harley Quinn. So, let's see what you got in your pack.
Well, I've got Paul Kirk Manhunter, Asylum Doctor, Harley Quinn Bombshell, Hive Commander, and another Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Rare Harley Quinn.
Yep.
We could literally just do a team of Harley Quinns.
We could come pretty close to that. All right, so we're going to do the speed-up process while we mull it over, think it all through by committee. So by committee, we had more options on what not to keep, or less options on what not to keep than what to put on our team.
Yeah.
I've run into this problem a lot with Avengers Defenders War and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily mean the teams are bad.
No.
It's a challenging situation where you look at what you're building and where you go. So Amber, you want to start with the first 3 figures, the base of our team?
Okay, so the base of our team is Catman, Scandal Savage, and Harley Quinn, and they are all Secret 6 characters. So right there, they're already getting the first part of their, where it says...
yeah, only 6 of us. So they all have stealth.
Yeah.
Because we have at least 3 characters. Okay. So the next part was, how do we capitalize on this? Because this ability that they have works best if you have exactly 6 characters, and can go a long way if you do that. Now, if you have exactly 6 characters, you need some more actions, and that Hive Commander was almost a no-brainer. At 40 points, he starts with some leadership. His toughness might keep him alive in this set to get him to some late dial enhancement if necessary. Backing that up, we have the Paul Kirk Manhunter, the common non-prime version. For all the praise that I gave the prime version, the non-prime version is equal parts good. For 15 points less, you get -1 on the first on the tax across the dial. A little bit more static on our experts, so range combat and close combat expert. But overall, not a bad character for 50 points. Can't argue with that. And to wrap it all up, this was the big discussion. Did we go with Batgirl, or do we plan on sacrificing a character in order to trigger the 6? We went with Batgirl to round it all off to an even 300. It adds an extra character capable of doing some damage. She'll start with some close combat expert, and she goes late dial into precision strike. This was the big debate, the biggest debate on this team. Like, the first 3 were almost automatic. Paul Kirk was another, gotta be on there, and the Hive Commander was like, there was no budging on those 5 characters. It was the last set here.
And really, the only reason we were having such a hard time adding Batgirl was because our other options just weren't doing anything for the team.
Yeah.
We had 2 Harley Quinns that just do nothing. And an Asylum
For
Doctor.
our team.
For our team, yeah. And the Asylum Doctor. So, like, if we wanted to not do the Batgirl, we had to at least have 2 of the other characters to fill in up to the 300-point build. Yeah. But then that also meant that 1 character had to die. So we had to build a team and hope somebody dies to be able to capitalize on it, of the whole reason why we built the team.
Yeah. No. So overall, this is, I don't think I looked at any of my second set of packs, I was a little looking at it like, ooh, how do I build with that? And then I started doing the math on what I was capable of with the Giganta, pulled it off. This last set was a little bit more difficult, but not so difficult in the fact that it took us a long time to figure out how we're filling that last 60 points.
Yeah, and that's really all that was the problem with it, was just filling in that last bit, because we had that, like, we had 3 Secret 6 characters. We're going with that. Like, that is the meat of your team. Now putting your side dishes. That's all you really need to worry about.
Side dishes.
Now, this was actually a hard exercise for me, in the sense that it's ridiculous expectations for me, because my first pack was a super rare and a prime, and my second set was a chase and a super rare. So it's like, these are things that don't expect to pull like this at a sealed event. So this actually was horrible practice for me, because there's no way I'm going to be building teams like this at our WKOs.
But that's okay. Our patrons are going to get a little treat, and we're going to get you a little bit more realistic expectations. This has been a fun exercise. It was a great way to do it. And I want to thank Wizkids for sending us some of the product here. It's been great trying to do a different way of unboxing. And, Wizkids made it all possible. So thank you guys very much for watching. And we'll see you guys when we see ya.